people of Bangladesh delivered a decisive verdict in favor of stability, and the Bangladesh Nationalist Party has virtually swept the polls, contrary to the speculations that JamaatEIslami Bangladesh will give a tough fight to the BNP. The Tariq Rahman-led Bangladesh Nationalist Party has won, along with its allies, 212 seats. This is more than 2/3 majority. So that indicates the extent of people's will for stability. So the National Citizens Party, launched by the students who led the movement against Sheikh Hasina, contested for 30 seats and won only 6 seats. They were part of the JamaatEIslami Bangladesh-led 11-party Islamist alliance. So, who has gained from this election verdict? Well, because the Bangladesh election results will have implications for India's foreign policy and for the Pakistan's foreign policy. Because India and Pakistan obviously compete for a sort of influence on Bangladesh, because the regional politics play an important role. So, ever since Sheikh Hasina was close to India, she continues to inherit the legacy of the Bangladesh freedom struggle, for which India was a very strong partner, as the daughter of the Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. On the contrary, the Bangladesh Nationalist Party, which was its long-term rival, was not always friendly to India. So, but the context today is completely different from the context in the past, because Awami League, led by Sheikh Hasina, is not in the fray. The fight was between two erstwhile allies, Bangladesh Nationalist Party and the JamaatEIslami Bangladesh. These two parties fought together against the Sheikh Hasina-led Awami League. So now the question comes, who will benefit from these elections? Well, it is an extremely difficult question to answer, because there are a lot of unpredictable things are there, a lot of imponderables are there. Well, India can heed a sigh of relief from the results, because everybody was predicting a close race between BNP and JamaatEIslami Bangladesh. Well, BNP also had a troubled relationship with India, because India was close to Sheikh Hasina-led Awami League. But compared to the JamaatEIslami Bangladesh, Bangladesh Nationalist Party is a better choice for India. Realizing this, the Modi government has embarked upon a diplomatic outreach with the BNP much before the elections. India's Foreign Minister Jaishankar represented the country in Begum Khalida Zia, former Prime Minister and the BNP leader, and the new Prime Minister, Tariq Rahman's mother. So, our funeral, Jaishankar represented India. So, that shows Modi government trying to build bridges with the emerging political situation in Bangladesh. Because Sheikh Hasina is still in India, so obviously this is a very big irritant between India and Bangladesh relations. There is a surge in anti-India sentiment in Bangladesh. Notwithstanding all this, BNP leader Tariq Rahman, the Prime Minister-elect, has been sending feelers to India that his foreign policy will be equidistant from India, Pakistan. So he has even said his foreign policy will be driven by the Bangladesh first agenda. Because the Pakistan was historically close to JamaatEIslami Bangladesh, which is now the principal rival of the BNP. So when Awami League was in power, these two parties, BNP and JamaatEIslami, were allies, and they were tilting towards Pakistan. But Pakistan obviously favors more Islamic radical political forces represented by JamaatEIslami. So that's the reason for the Begum Khalida Zia's funeral. Pakistan did not send its foreign minister, but sent the Speaker of the House. That shows how Pakistan differentiates between Jamaat and BNP. So the first favorable aspect for India is the failure of the JamaatEIslami Bangladesh to either come to power or to give a strong fight to BNP. This only clearly shows that a section of Awami League voters also might have voted for the BNP, which is relatively a moderate party compared to Jamaat. Sure, the 7 or 8% minorities in Bangladesh who account for more than a crore population. There are over 16 crore people in Bangladesh, and more than 1 crore 31 lakhs are Hindus only. So the 8% Hindus and other minorities have certainly voted for BNP because they were fearing the JamaatEIslami more than BNP. So that's because BNP leader was talking about secular Bangladesh. Tariq Rahman said religion is for individuals, state is for all. So he was talking about building communal harmony. Every Bangladeshi, irrespective of their religion, is an equal citizen in the country. So these moderate voices from Tariq Rahman have certainly helped his party BNP to win a landslide victory in the Bangladesh elections. So to that extent, India is a beneficiary because JamaatEIslami Bangladesh did not come close to BNP. But the problem is JamaatEIslami, which was on the fringes of Bangladesh politics, has now become mainstream force. Today it is a major opposition party with 76 members representing the alliance led by it in the parliament. So JamaatEIslami has a troubled history. It collaborated with the Pakistan during the Bangladesh Liberation War. It was a partner in crime in perpetuating the brutal atrocities on the freedom fighters of Bangladesh. In 1972, a year after the Bangladesh liberation, JamaatEIslami was banned, and subsequently the ban was revoked, and JamaatEIslami came into again politics in 1976 after the heinous assassination of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the father of Bangladesh. So in 2013, again Bangladesh Supreme Court deregistered Jamaat, and it was only Muhammad Yunus regime which lifted the ban on JamaatEIslami. So in the anti-Sheikh Hasina protest, where though there were all kinds of people, the organized force was JamaatEIslami. The student protesters also allied with Jamaat. So they formed a party called the National Citizen Party. So the concern for India is the relative rise of JamaatEIslami from fringes to the mainstream. So coming to the Pakistan, well, Muhammad Yunus regime was very favorable to Pak. He lifted all restrictions on the relations with Pakistan. Pakistan resumed direct flights to Bangladesh. Army and ISI leaders visited Bangladesh. The ships of Pakistan ships started coming to Bangladesh ports. So the Pakistan was even planning a SAARC-like arrangement with China and Bangladesh. So notwithstanding all these relations, the fact remains that Pakistan backs the Islamist alliance led by Jamaat. So we'll have to see how the BNP treats Pakistan now. When it was a fight between Bangladesh Nationalist Party and Awami League favored India and BNP was tilting towards Pakistan. But the political context has now changed. So these are all concerns now, but certainly India has something to gain and something to lose from these elections. Overall, if you look at the balance sheet, India is a better place under Tariq Rahman's regime rather than Muhammad Yunus regime. To that extent, Pakistan will be the loser, certainly not the India. But we need not expect too much from Bangladesh Nationalist Party because the history is turbulent. So BNP's relations with India, Awami League is still cannot participate in Bangladesh political process. Sheikh Hasina is in India. Well, Tariq Rahman will also demand a return to Bangladesh, which India cannot accept in any case. So the Pakistan machinations will continue to remain. There is a strong anti-India sentiment. To some extent, the Modi government's decisions like dropping Bangladesh cricketer from IPL are also responsible. So this any political party in power would obviously pamper and to the people's sentiment. So that sentiment in the street is still strong. So these irritants are still remaining. But overall, India has something to cheer from these elections, but certainly not a big loss at all. So BNP's victory is at least a sigh of relief for India's foreign policy.